What if the very things holding you back from greatness are right in front of you, but you're too afraid to confront them? What if these invisible chains are silently dictating your life, keeping you from becoming the man you're meant to be? In this video, we're diving deep into the 10 signs of a weak man, traits that can sabotage your potential, erode your confidence, and keep you trapped in mediocrity. But here's the promise. By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these signs, you'll have the insights and tools to break free from them. This isn't just about identifying weaknesses. It's about transforming them into strengths that set you apart from the crowd. If you're ready to face the uncomfortable truths, to take a hard look in the mirror and challenge yourself to be better, then you're in the right place. This journey isn't for the faint of heart, but if you stick with it, I guarantee your life will never be the same. So, if you're serious about leveling up, let's get started. And remember, the best way to support our channel and keep these powerful insights coming is to like, share, and subscribe. Your engagement helps us reach more people who, just like you, are ready to become the best version of themselves. 1. Lack of accountability. One of the most telling signs of a weak man is his inability to take accountability. A man who lacks accountability is constantly shifting blame, avoiding responsibility, and refusing to own his actions. This behavior is not just a minor flaw, it's a fundamental weakness that seeps into every aspect of life. When a man fails to hold himself accountable, he's essentially giving away his power to grow, to improve, and to command respect. Accountability is the cornerstone of personal integrity. It's about standing tall in the face of your own mistakes, acknowledging them without excuses, and then taking deliberate steps to correct them. A weak man fears this process because it forces him to confront uncomfortable truths about himself. But here's the reality. Without accountability, there's no growth. A man who refuses to take responsibility is doomed to repeat his failures, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. Strong men understand that accountability is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's the foundation upon which trust, respect, and self-discipline are built. When you start to hold yourself accountable, you begin to take control of your life. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the master of your destiny. 2. Fear of confrontation. A weak man is paralyzed by the fear of confrontation. He avoids difficult conversations, shies away from asserting his opinions, and often chooses silence over standing up for what's right. This fear isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about avoiding truth. Confrontation, when done with integrity, is not about aggression or winning an argument. It's about clarity, honesty, and the courage to face reality, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. A man who fears confrontation is a man who fears growth. He clings to comfort and avoids the discomfort that comes with challenging situations. But here's the truth: nothing worthwhile is ever achieved in comfort. Growth happens when you push through discomfort, when you face your fears head-on, and when you engage in difficult but necessary conversations. Confrontation is not something to be feared, but something to be mastered. It's a tool that, when used wisely, can build stronger relationships, foster mutual respect, and lead to greater personal and professional success. A strong man doesn't shy away from confrontation. He embraces it as a necessary part of life. He knows that avoiding confrontation is not a sign of peace, but a sign of weakness, and that true strength lies in facing challenges with courage and integrity. 3. Over-reliance on validation. A weak man craves validation from others, constantly seeking approval and recognition to feel worthy. His sense of self is fragile, built not on a solid foundation of inner confidence, but on the shifting sands of external opinions. This relentless need for validation isn't just a minor insecurity, It's a profound weakness that erodes a man's authenticity and power. When a man bases his self-worth on what others think, he becomes a puppet to their opinions, easily manipulated and swayed. True strength comes from within. A strong man understands that validation from others is fleeting and unreliable. He doesn't need the applause or approval of the crowd to know his worth. Instead, he cultivates self-assurance, rooted in his values, principles, and inner conviction. This inner confidence allows him to navigate life's challenges with clarity and purpose, unshaken by the judgments of others. Over-reliance on validation strips a man of his individuality. It compels him to conform, to compromise his true self, all in pursuit of acceptance. But here's the truth. The more you seek validation from others, the more you distance yourself from your authentic self. A strong man understands that the only validation that truly matters is the one that comes from within, and in embracing this truth, he unlocks his full potential. 4. Lack of purpose or direction. Without a clear purpose or direction, life becomes a series of aimless actions lacking in meaning and fulfillment. Purpose is the driving force that gives life its momentum, guiding decisions and shaping the path forward. When a man drifts through life without a defined purpose, he becomes vulnerable to external influences, easily swayed by the opinions and expectations of others. He may fill his days with activities and obligations, but there's no true passion, no underlying drive that gives these actions significance. Purpose is what separates mere existence from truly living. It's the difference between waking up with a sense of anticipation versus dragging through the day, wondering why nothing feels truly satisfying. Direction provides the map, but purpose is the destination. It's what fuels ambition, determination, and resilience in the face of challenges. Without it, life can feel hollow, like going through the motions without understanding the deeper meaning behind them. When a man finds his purpose, everything changes. His actions align with his values, his decisions become clearer, and his life gains a sense of fulfillment that transcends the superficial. Purpose is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for a life of meaning, achievement, and lasting satisfaction. It transforms confusion into clarity, hesitation into action, and mediocrity into greatness. 5. Emotional immaturity. Emotional immaturity is a deep-seated flaw that can sabotage relationships, hinder personal growth, and create a life filled with unnecessary turmoil. Emotional maturity is the ability to understand, manage, and express emotions in a healthy and constructive way. When a man lacks this maturity, he becomes a prisoner to his emotions, reactive, impulsive, and often irrational. Instead of guiding his emotions, he is controlled by them, leading to decisions and actions that are frequently regretted. Emotions are powerful forces, and without the skill to navigate them, life becomes a series of uncontrolled reactions rather than intentional actions. Emotional maturity is not about suppressing emotions, but about mastering them, understanding where they come from, recognizing their impact, and choosing how to respond rather than simply reacting. This level of self-control is what enables a man to remain calm under pressure, to communicate effectively in conflicts, and to maintain perspective even in the face of challenges. Emotional maturity is the foundation of resilience. It allows for the processing of pain, the overcoming of setbacks, and the ability to learn from life's inevitable hardships. It is the difference between being swept away by the currents of emotion and steering through life's storms with steady resolve. Developing emotional maturity is not just about achieving inner peace. It's about building the strength to face life with courage, wisdom, and grace. 6. Avoiding responsibility in relationships. Avoiding responsibility in relationships is a sign of deeper insecurities and unresolved fears. Relationships are the most profound reflections of who we are, and how we engage with others reveals much about our character and inner strength. When a man avoids responsibility in his relationships, he's not just failing those around him, he's failing himself. This avoidance creates a ripple effect of mistrust, instability, and emotional disconnect, leading to shallow connections and unresolved conflicts. Taking responsibility in relationships means acknowledging your role in every interaction, every argument, and every decision. It's about being reliable, dependable, and consistent, qualities that form the bedrock of trust and respect. When a man takes responsibility, he shows that he values the people in his life and is committed to nurturing those bonds. He understands that relationships require effort, sacrifice, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. Avoidance, on the other hand, is a form of escapism. It's an attempt to sidestep the challenges and discomfort that naturally arise in any meaningful connection. But in doing so, it only leads to deeper dissatisfaction and alienation. True strength in relationships comes from facing issues head-on, owning up to mistakes, and actively working towards resolution and growth. By embracing responsibility, a man not only strengthens his relationships but also fortifies his own character, becoming a source of stability and support for those around him. 7. Inconsistent actions and words. Inconsistency between actions and words is a profound indicator of unreliability and lack of integrity. When words and actions do not align, trust is eroded and respect is lost. This disconnect suggests a deeper issue, an internal struggle with authenticity and self-discipline. When a man fails to keep his word, it signals not just a failure to others, but a failure to himself. His promises become empty, his commitments unreliable, and his character questionable. Consistency is the cornerstone of integrity. It's the ability to follow through on what you say, to stand by your commitments, and to be dependable in every aspect of life. A man whose actions match his words is one who commands respect, trust, and admiration. He is seen as someone who is true to his principles, who doesn't waver under pressure, and who remains steadfast in his beliefs and commitments. This consistency builds a reputation of reliability and strength. People know they can count on him, not because of what he says, but because of what he does. Inconsistent actions and words, on the other hand, breed doubt and uncertainty. They reflect a lack of self-discipline and an inability to maintain the integrity of one's commitments. True strength lies in the ability to be consistent, to be a person of your word, and to let your actions speak louder than your promises. This alignment of words and actions is what separates those who are respected from those who are merely tolerated. 8. Living in the past. Living in the past is a dangerous trap that robs a person of the present and undermines their potential for the future. It's a sign of unresolved issues, lingering regrets, and a deep-seated fear of moving forward. When someone is fixated on what has been, whether it's past successes, failures, or missed opportunities, they become stuck in a loop that prevents them from fully embracing the present or planning for the future. This fixation acts as a barrier to growth, progress, and self-improvement. The past is meant to be a teacher, not a prison. It provides lessons, insights, and experiences that should inform and strengthen our resolve to move forward. But when someone continually dwells on what cannot be changed, they allow their past to define them, limiting their capacity to evolve. This stagnation breeds frustration, resentment, and a lack of fulfillment, because no matter how much time is spent looking back, the past remains unchanged. True strength lies in the ability to learn from the past, let go of it, and apply those lessons to the present. It's about using the knowledge gained from previous experiences to shape a better future, not to be shackled by what was. Moving forward requires courage, vision, and a commitment to growth. By releasing the past, a person can fully engage with the opportunities of the present and create a future that is not defined by previous limitations, but by newfound possibilities. This is where real progress begins, when the focus shifts from what's behind to what lies ahead. 9. Lack of self-discipline. A lack of self-discipline is a critical weakness that undermines every aspect of life. Self-discipline is the foundation of achievement, the engine that drives consistent effort toward meaningful goals. Without it, even the best intentions fall apart, and potential remains unrealized. It's the difference between wishing for success and actually working toward it. Self-discipline is what separates those who merely dream from those who do. Discipline is not just about resisting temptations or sticking to routines. It's about mastering oneself. It's about having the willpower to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. This internal control builds resilience, fortifies character, and empowers a person to push through challenges, no matter how daunting. Without discipline, life becomes a series of missed opportunities, unfinished tasks, and unfulfilled promises. The lack of self-discipline leads to inconsistency, procrastination, and a tendency to give up when the going gets tough. It fosters a life of mediocrity, where goals are abandoned at the first sign of difficulty. But with discipline, even the most challenging obstacles become surmountable. It's through disciplined effort that skills are honed, goals are achieved, and true potential is unlocked. Self-discipline is not just a tool for success, it's a hallmark of inner strength. It's the quiet force that drives lasting change and meaningful progress, turning intentions into actions and actions into accomplishments. 10. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is a crippling mindset that stifles ambition, paralyzes action, and prevents the pursuit of greatness. This fear is rooted in the mistaken belief that failure is a reflection of one's worth rather than a natural part of the journey toward success. It causes hesitation, indecision, and ultimately inaction. The fear of failure doesn't just hold a person back, it traps them in a cycle of missed opportunities, unrealized potential, and lingering regret. Failure is not the enemy, it's a powerful teacher. Every setback, every mistake, offers valuable lessons that pave the way for future success. Embracing failure as a necessary step in growth allows for resilience, adaptability, and the courage to take risks. Those who fear failure are often so focused on avoiding mistakes that they fail to see the opportunities that lie on the other side of those very mistakes. They become overly cautious, choosing safety over challenge, and in doing so, limit their potential. The truth is, the only real failure is the failure to try. Success is built on the back of countless failures, each one a stepping stone to something greater. Overcoming the fear of failure means shifting perspective, seeing each failure not as a defeat, but as a vital part of the learning process. It's about cultivating the courage to take bold steps, knowing that even if you stumble, you're still moving forward. This mindset is what propels people toward their true potential, transforming fear into fuel for growth and failure into a foundation for ultimate success. You've just taken a deep dive into the 10 signs of a weak man. Now, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Recognizing these traits is the first step, but transformation only happens when you decide to act. It's not about being perfect, it's about committing to the journey of growth, of becoming stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with the man you know you can be. Remember, every moment is a choice. You can either let these weaknesses define you, or you can use them as fuel to push yourself to new heights. The path to strength isn't easy, but it's the only one that leads to true fulfillment and lasting success. And here's the reality: this journey isn't just about you. By becoming a stronger man, you become a pillar for those around you, someone they can rely on, respect, and look up to. If this video resonated with you, don't let it end here. Take these insights, apply them to your life, and watch as everything starts to change. And if you want more content like this, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep bringing you the tools to level up your life. So, until next time, keep pushing forward. The best version of yourself is just one decision away.